Hello people of YouTube. This video is going to cover the complete installation of the 48-inch Lakemoore ceiling fan by Hampton Bay. This is an indoor-outdoor fan. It's wet rated, making it perfect for use in any outdoor locations. Looks great indoors as well. Has some great features like a slide-on mounting bracket and AccuArm blade arms with captive screws to make installation easy. If you found this video, you might be looking for some help with your own installation. We're here to do just that. We're going to cover the complete installation from unboxing to turning it on and everything in between. Actually, we're not doing unboxing. Those videos are, but it's already been unboxed. But we're going to go over all the parts and install this fan step by step. If you want to just fast forward through the video, use the links down below, and that'll take you to each point in the installation process. And that way you don't have to watch this whole video. If you like this video, you found it helpful, please click like and subscribe. If you don't like the video, there's plenty of other content on YouTube. Just go ahead and navigate to some of that. But we're glad you're with us. We're going to help you out. So let's get started. So before we get started, just a couple of notes. If you're installing this fan where there's just a light fixture on your ceiling, you need to make sure that the outlet box is clearly marked acceptable for fan support. If you have these little thin plastic things, you're going to have to replace the outlet box before beginning. But whatever the case is, make sure it's marked acceptable for fan support. And most importantly, before you start this project, please make sure the electricity is turned off at the breaker box and at the wall switch. This is a super easy project, but if you don't feel comfortable working around electricity, please consult with a licensed electrician. Alright, now that all the lawyer speak is out of the way, let's go over the parts. Open up the manual, lay out all your parts, make sure you have everything before beginning, that way you don't get stuck along the way. So first up, you have the slide-on mounting bracket. This comes pre-installed in the Canopy with the Canopy ring attached. We'll show you in the first step how to remove that to get started. Next up, you'll have 5 beautiful blades. You'll have 5 AccuArm blade arms. These blade arms have the screws pre-attached, makes installation super easy. You have the decorative motor collar cover, the ball and downrod assembly. You have the glass bowl for the light kit. You have the light kit as well. This fan can be installed without the light kit. We'll cover that during the video as well. The finial and the bowl cap come pre-attached to the light kit. You'll have 2 LED bulbs. You have this hardware pack with the blade attachment screws, the plastic wire nuts, the hanger and locking pin, the rubber plug for the switch cup, some pull-up chain extensions, and the plastic plug for non-light kit installation. Last but not least, you have the fan motor. Now just a couple of very important notes for the fan motor. You'll see this tag here. This is pointing out the screwdriver access hole. When you're putting the blade brackets onto the fan, you'll need to put the screwdriver through this hole to access the screws. Makes it easy, but it can be frustrating if you don't know that that hole is there. And then the second tip, this tag here is just pointing out that this metal retainer plate needs to be removed before putting the blade arms on. So again, we'll cover all this during the installation. Alright, so just some tools we're going to need for this easy project. It's a Phillips head screwdriver. We like to have a line voltage tester to make sure the wires aren't live before beginning. You may need some wire cutters and strippers. If you're installing the fan without the light kit, you'll need a pair of pliers or a wrench. You need some electrical tape, and of course a ladder. So enough with the jibber jabber, let's get going. Let's do this. The mounting bracket comes pre-installed inside the Canopy with the Canopy ring attached. To remove the mounting bracket, first twist the Canopy ring counterclockwise to expose the screws. You'll notice that there are 2 slotted screws and 2 standard screws located on either side of the Canopy. Begin by removing and saving the 2 standard screws. Next, loosen but do not remove the 2 screws in the J slots. Once those 2 screws are loosened, simply twist the mounting bracket and lift it up to remove it from the Canopy. This fan features a slide-on mounting bracket for easy installation. The mounting bracket has 2 slots on the top that will align with the 2 screws in the outlet box. To install the bracket, you'll loosen the screws in the outlet box and then align the screws with the slots in the mounting bracket. This is just a close-up demonstration of how it's done. To install the mounting bracket, use a Phillips head screwdriver to first loosen but not remove the screws in the outlet box in the ceiling. Next, feed the house supply wires through the hole in the top of the mounting bracket. Then align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box and slide it into place. Then use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten both outlet box screws. Make sure both screws are completely tightened before proceeding. There's a metal retainer plate located on the base of the fan to protect the motor during shipment. To remove this plate, first remove the tag pointing out the screwdriver access hole. Then insert a Phillips head screwdriver through that screwdriver access hole and remove the 5 screws holding the retainer plate at the base of the fan. Once those 5 screws are removed, simply lift the retainer plate up and slide it off of the fan. You can discard this plate and those screws. Begin by first loosening but not removing the 2 set screws on the motor collar using a Phillips head screwdriver. Feed the wires through the decorative canopy ring so that it rests on top of the motor housing. Make sure the notches of the canopy ring face towards the ceiling. Next, unwrap the wires and gently stretch them out. Once the wires are stretched out, it's a good idea to twist the ends together to make it easier to feed through the downrod. Next, gently pull the green ground cable from inside the ball and downrod assembly. Insert the ball and downrod assembly through the top of the canopy so that the downrod comes out the smallest hole in the canopy. Then, slide the decorative motor collar cover on so that the largest hole is towards the bottom. Then, feed the wires through the bottom of the ball and downrod assembly so that the wires exit from the ball portion of the ball and downrod assembly. Gently pull the wires through. Then slide the downrod to the motor collar on top of the motor. Align the holes with the bottom of the downrod with the holes in the motor collar at the top of the motor. Use the locking pin and hanger pin included in the hardware pack to secure the downrod to the motor collar. With the holes aligned in the downrod and the motor collar, gently insert the hanger pin through one hole of the motor collar so that it exits through the opposite side. Make sure not to jam the wires inside the downrod. Once the hanger pin is through the motor collar, secure it by placing the locking pin in the holes at the end of the hanger pin. Finish the downrod installation by securely tightening the 2 set screws in the motor collar using a Phillips head screwdriver. Once those 2 screws are tightened, slide the decorative motor collar cover down to the fan. If installing this fan with the included downrod, it's a good idea to cut and strip the wires before hanging it. To do so, measure about a foot from the top of the ball and downrod assembly and cut the wires. Then using the strippers, strip off about 3/4 of an inch of insulation from each wire. Once the wires are stripped, twist each end to make sure that there are no frayed ends. Now the fan is ready to be hung. Before hanging the fan, it's important to note the slot in the ball that will engage the tab in the mounting bracket. When hanging, you'll insert the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the fan assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab. This is just a close-up demonstration. Before hanging the fan, move the house supply lines out of the way to make room for the ball to insert into the mounting bracket. To hang the fan, lift the entire assembly to the ceiling and note the location of the slot in the ball and the tab in the mounting bracket. Slide the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the assembly until you feel the slot engage that tab. The fan will drop slightly when properly seated and the fan will rotate no further. Begin wiring the fan by taking the green wire from the mounting bracket and the green wire from the ball and downrod assembly and twisting those 2 wires together. Once those 2 wires are twisted together, connect those wires with the bare copper house wire. This is the ground connection. Secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the white wire from the fan and connect that to the white wire from the house supply lines. Twist those two wires together and secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Finish the wiring by taking the fan's black and blue wires and twisting those two wires together. Once those wires are twisted together, connect those wires to the black house supply wire. This is the power connection. Secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once all the wire connections have been made, gently tuck the wires into the mounting bracket and outlet box to make room for the canopy to attach. Attach the canopy to the mounting bracket by aligning the J slots with the screws that were loosened in the mounting bracket. Then lift the canopy up, engage those slots, and twist. This will hold the canopy in place. Secure the canopy using the two screws that were removed and saved in the first step. Insert the screw into the standard screw hole and then use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten all four screws. Attach the decorative canopy ring by aligning the slots of the canopy ring with the screws in the canopy. Then lift the canopy up and twist to engage those screws. This will lock the canopy ring in place. Before attaching the blades, it's important to note the side of the blade that has the note on it that says "this side up." This is the side you want facing the ceiling. Align the three screw holes of the blade with the three posts in the blade arm and place them together. Once the blade and blade arm are set, use the blade attachment screws from the hardware pack and insert one screw into each hole. Then use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten all three screws. Repeat this process for the four remaining blades. Make sure all three screws in each blade are completely tightened. The AccuArm blade arms feature an alignment post that will align with the long slot in the base of the motor. Insert that alignment post into the long slot, which will align the captive screws to the screw holes. Insert a Phillips head screwdriver through the screwdriver access hole in the switch cup and tighten each of the two screws. Repeat this process for the four remaining blade arms. Once all five blade arms have been installed, it's a good idea to go back and double check that all the screws are completely tightened. Once all of the blade arms have been installed, insert the rubber plug included in the hardware pack into the screwdriver access hole in the switch cup. This will help seal the switch cup from water intrusion for outdoor use. The light kit attaches to the fan using three screws that are pre-installed in the light kit switch cap. Those three screws will align with the three screw holes in the switch cup at the base of the fan. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove and save the three screws in the switch cap. Next, gently pull the light kit wires from the switch cup at the base of the fan. There will be a blue wire and a white wire, both with molded adapter plugs at the end. Connect the light kit's black wire to the fan's blue wire and the light kit's white wire to the fan's white wire using these adapter plugs. Once those connections are made, lift the light kit up towards the fan, making sure that the pull chain guide of the light kit is aligned with the pull chain on the side of the fan. Note the notch cutout on the light kit. This cutout will align with the reverse switch on the side of the switch cup. Align the notch cutout with the reverse switch and align the holes in the light kit with the holes in the switch cup, and then gently press the light kit into the fan. While holding the light kit in place, insert one of the three screws that was removed and saved at the beginning of this step. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten this screw. Then repeat for the two remaining screws. Before installing the glass bowl, you'll need to unscrew the finial from the threaded post at the bottom of the light kit. Unscrew the finial and remove the bowl cap. Then unscrew the hex nut and remove the hex nut and washer from the threaded post. The fan includes two LED bulbs. To install the bulbs, simply screw them into the sockets. Then, thread the pull chain from the light kit through the center hole of the bulb. And push up so that the threaded post comes through the center hole. The light bulb will fit nicely into the light kit pan. Next, slide the rubber washer over the pull chain and onto the threaded post of the light kit. Hold the bowl in place, and then thread the hex nut over the pull chain and onto the threaded post of the light kit. Finger tighten the hex nut onto the threaded post. Do not use any tools or over tighten this nut, as it may cause the glass to crack. Next, feed the pull chain through the center hole of the bowl cap and place that on the threaded post. Secure the bowl cap and the light kit by feeding the pull chain through the finial and screw the finial onto the threaded post. Simply finger tighten the finial. Do not over tighten. Before attaching the pull chain extensions, you'll need to route the pull chain for the fan speed control through the pull chain guide on the top of the light kit. Unwrap the pull chain and feed the end of the pull chain through the pull chain guide. Attach the pull chain extensions to the ends of the pull chains. The pull chain extensions are located in the hardware pack. They have an easy snap connector to attach them to the ends of the pull chains. Pull the light chain one time to turn it on, and again to turn it off. Pull the fan's pull chain once for high speed, twice for medium speed, 3 times for low speed, and again to turn it off. This fan features a 3-speed reversible motor. The manual reverse switch is located right above the light kit on the fan's switch cup and is enclosed in a rubber casing to protect it from the elements. The factory default is switch left to create a downward airflow for use in the warmer months. Switch right creates an upward airflow to draw warm air from the ceiling for use in the cooler months. Make sure the fan is off before changing the reverse switch position. To install this fan without the light kit, you'll need to remove the switch cap from the light kit. Using a pair of pliers or a small wrench, loosen and remove the hex nut inside the switch cap. Then turn the switch cap counterclockwise to unscrew it from the threaded post of the light kit. Then gently pull the light kit wires one by one through the center hole of the switch cap to remove it. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove and save the 3 screws in the switch cap. Next, use the plastic center plug that was included in the hardware kit and press it in the center hole of the switch cap with your thumb. Before attaching the switch cap to the fan, note the large cutout on the switch cap that will align with the reverse switch. There's another cutout that will align with the pull chain. Align those notched cutouts with the reverse switch in the pull chain and place the switch cap into the switch cup of the fan. Adjust the switch cap to align the screw holes in the switch cup. Use the 3 screws that were removed and saved to secure the switch cap to the fan. Congratulations, your ceiling fan installation is now complete. Time to sit back, relax with a nice tall beverage, and enjoy your new ceiling fan. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below, and that'll help other people find it as well. And as we always say around here, keep it breezy.